What is going on, guys? It's MrVerry here, and today I'm at Roshamuul, which is the new place that was added with the update. And we see that there's a few NPCs here, and it's actually really small. Like, I'm guessing they put most of the emphasis on creature creation and making a long quest line. And the creatures in this area are really tough from what I've read. I actually haven't really uh, messed with too many yet, but we'll see. And so I'm going to put up, what the fuck is, wow, I don't know what the hell just happened there. Hold on a sec. Oh, that's why. Okay. I was trying to put up an energy wall and it wasn't working. Yeah, I'm just switching back from my night, so I don't really have too many hotkeys. So I put that up, and I heard that these things are weak to energy, but I figured the best way to figure everything out is just try all my spells and stuff. They're taking pretty decent damage from energy, I suppose. Death is actually doing a fair amount to them too, so we'll go with that. And let's see what we get. We get... what is this? Crystal rubbish. Okay. And frazzle skin. And these things make you bleed. That's interesting. So I guess we'll mess with the silencer. See what he's all about. So yeah, I actually didn't really mess around in the update at all, so I don't know too much about these guys. And wow, I think those things are actually really weak. Wow, they're extremely strong to death. Oh, these are the ones that are weak to physical. Aha, I knew I was forgetting something. I thought so at least. I just hit a 93 though. No, they must be somewhat strong to physical. Energy seems to be the best option so far. These guys have a lot of resistances, deal pretty decent damage, and come in packs. So, we will see. And we get a frazzle maw. Ooh. Ooh. Wow. That was bad. And I left my numlock on, so they just beat the crap out of me. And so we're gonna... ooh. That beam. Wow. These things are just tanks. I'm guessing they expect people to come here in groups, like, or just ridiculously high levels. And we already get a haunted blade, and so this is just a small video showing, I don't know. I'm gonna come back here with a group, and I'm gonna do some of these quests, as I think this is very similar to the Gray Island. Which is completely, for any sort of progression, it's totally quest-based. You just have to do like menial tasks that are usually pretty boring, but whatever, it's cool. I mean, and we'll see what's up next. And we get another silencer, so that's fine. And yep, these are the ones that are really strong to what appears to be everything I've used so far, and they're completely immune to earth. So I guess we're just gonna go all out with energy attacks, and that seems to work the best. I thought they were weak to physical. That's what it said on Wiki. I know these creatures are fairly new, so I probably should have just checked on the Tibia website and saw what they said, but you know, I just wanted to hop on here and get something out for you guys, because I know I haven't been making a whole lot of videos lately, and that's because I've been working, and I've also been, you know, not too motivated to play for a variety of reasons, one of which being my EXP just ran out, and it's kind of difficult when you've played for about 3 months with, you know, really increased experience to just go back to the way things were. But I like the Frazzle Maws. I rip them apart. They do heal a little bit, but nothing that can't be dealt with. And the loot is so far pretty good. I'm pretty sure I've already profited just with the single haunted blade. So, and I'm hoping that the ratio of Frazzle Maws to silencers is a little high, because as I already said, I really do prefer these ones. They don't deal as much damage until they beam you, and I don't know. Wow. Yeah, see, I don't even know what to do to these guys. It's crazy. They don't seem to be using any earth attacks though, so I'm probably going to throw my gill legs on, just so I can get a little bit of better damage. And I would have brought food, but I was kind of, I think, hoping in the back of my head that some of these guys would at least, like, rarely drop some sort of food. But I haven't seen that happen yet. And I keep accidentally SDing just because that's what I have to do the other ones. And 8 plats, jeez. That's pretty nice. 7 plats in him. And some more Frazzle Maw skin. Okay, so they do some sort of earth type damage. They poison, so I know that now. But I could see just how easy it is to get killed up here. I got brought down very quickly. And there's 2 Frazzle Maws now, so that's actually a little dangerous, as was shown earlier, but that one's down, so not too big of a deal. Wow, look at that damage. Jeez, they are some ruthless creatures. And we'll go back up. I was just seeing what we almost have 5k in plats already, so that's pretty nice. And a brown crystal splinter. And for those of, if any of you are older players who are watching this, brown crystal splinters were released in an update at the same time that gnomes were introduced, and gnomes were introduced an update, or 2 updates ago, I believe. Yes, 2 updates ago, because it was Drafia and then gnomes. It might have been even 3, but somewhat recently, within the last 2 years, I know that. If you're really curious, I'm sure you can find it on Wiki, as you can find just about anything there. And we'll see. Frazzle Tongue, yum. Just got bunches of stuff. And there's another new creature down there, which I will probably go ahead and check out. You know, the main point of this is to show you guys new stuff. And wow. Apparently the Frazzle Maw doesn't even care about being hit or not. They'll immediately run through energy, so that's good to know. That's helpful to learn. And yeah, then the silencer just came sprinting through, so good thing those go down quite a bit quicker than the silencers. So we're gonna head up north and grab the silencer and try to bring him down as quickly as possible. We don't want his friend just rushing up to us now, do we? No, we do not. And I gotta, like I said, do not use SDs on these guys. They are actually quite strong to it. It's actually, I just keep hitting it because, like I said, I switched from the Frazzle Maw to that, and then I'm like, oh, that's right, these do absolutely terrible damage. Plus, I'm a little tired. It's really early here. But yeah, I didn't even know the update was released yet. Like, that's how out of touch I've been, and I apologize for that, guys. I really should keep up with the game. It's just, it's difficult for me sometimes. Wow, I'm hitting some really low hits occasionally. Like, can they have your damage or your magic level or something? They must have some ability like that because, yeah, I just hit a 512 and then a 458 and then I was just hitting like 20s or something. So that's crazy. I don't understand how that would be possible otherwise. I'm actually going to bring this up and we're going to stand sideways for some protection. Ooh. Or to get killed, who knows. Either way, you know, it's all fun and games. So yeah, that's a pretty crazy area for sure. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop down and put an energy bomb down. Oof, even that is just a rough amount of damage. But it looks like the only one who will come to me in the energy is the Frazzle Maw. So I mean, I can get hit by their other attacks, but the shock head just came to me anyway. And I do not know what that thing does. I know a little bit more about the silencer, and we'll see how SDs work on it. They're doing actually absolutely terrible damage. I'm gonna try to find out what works the best. Ice is doing bad damage, and they're completely immune to Terra, so let's try some physical. Okay, physical's dealing decent damage. Not great, but I suppose not terrible. And now it appears they must lower magic level because I keep doing really low damage and then really high damage. And I don't see any other way that that would be possible than that. And we drop him, and or they can strengthen their own resistances, which would be interesting too, I suppose. And hopefully I didn't just off-screen something. You won't hear me say that very often, but yeah, right there, that was actually a legitimate hope for that, just because of the fact that, you know, I don't really want. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is that makes my damage vary so much, because there's no way that, you know, it would just be random chance or something. There's got to be something going on here. But anyway, enough about that. I know I've been talking about that a little bit, but if you watch my hits and see the huge gap in damage, I think it would be difficult for you to disagree. And I've been trying to look at my magic level as I'm fighting these two, and I'm not really seeing. And what is this? This is the gravel and chalk deposits. Okay, so we got another silencer. And I realized that a lot of the other creatures are deeper, but I think I need a certain amount of quests. And honestly, if I was going to go deeper, I would probably want a team, just based on the really nice amount of damage these things were able to deal, and quickly. 2 Frazzle Maws almost brought me down immediately, so certainly have to be careful with these. Wow, that thing just, ooh. He's making me a little mad. That's alright though. They're supposed to be a challenge, right? They're new. I've never fought them before. I guess it would be a little sad if I was just killing them immediately, although I would kind of like it, because I honestly wanted them to introduce a new area that people would actually be interested in, you know, hunting in. Something does not feel quite right. Huh. That's interesting. Oh, weird. It teleports you? Odd. It just teleports you to different locations around the island. That is some craziness. I'm glad I walked down there to check that out. So as you guys can see, when you go up and down, it's bringing me to different points around the island. So that's pretty cool. And we're actually going to go ahead and pick off the Frazzlemaw, as those seem to do the most damage out of anything I've encountered yet. The silencers, yeah, they have some pretty crazy resistances, but I'd rather take my chances. So yeah, it looks like if you go down any of the steps here, it teleports you to a variety of the areas, just constantly moving you right and then down and just all around. And I'm guessing he is lowering my magic level. See, I knew it. Down to 55 now. That's why I'm doing such a poor amount of damage. 53. I wonder how... 43? What? That is crazy. That's why they're called silencers. Okay. So that makes sense now. I'm back up to 89, and now I'm going to deal real good damage, I'm sure. And while I'm at... Oh, down to 54. Wow, they can do it by 30 a turn. That is just crazy. Okay, so they really do not want mages here hunting alone, I guess. That's what that tells me. I don't know if they do that to any of your other stats, but it doesn't look like my shielding was affected, honestly. And we're going to pop another ring on here, as they are eating through supplies, and I've only gotten one haunted blade. But, you know. And I don't know, oops. I just had someone message me, and it's Jared RP. And I'm going to try to answer him here. It's going to be a little bit difficult just because this area is crazy. But, you know. And I don't know if these guys also lower magic level. I would think that it would only be the silencers. But, you know, I could be wrong. There might be like a very large emphasis on mages not hunting here. Or, you know, maybe it's not just mages, because these things are dealing some pretty outrageous damage. Although mages do seem to have the obvious disadvantage with the silencers, who reduce our magic levels. I know they reduce everyone's magic level, which is bad for paladins as well. You know, their holy won't be dealing quite as much. And not just that, but also the fact of the matter that they won't be healing for as much. And I think that's the scary part to me. It's not really the damage. It's the fact that I can't heal as well, and I was noticing that. But that's alright. Luckily, at a lower level, I couldn't imagine trying to mess around with these guys. But I'm going to actually try to put up a wall and see if it's something in close range that they do, or what it is exactly that they do. But we're going to try to find out. And it looks like it's a close range attack, because so far I have not gotten my magic level reduced. So that's good to know. I'm glad that I tested that out. Oh, okay, now I did. He drains mana and reduces magic levels simultaneously with an energy ball attack. It looks like, but now he did it and it didn't reduce it, so I'm not quite sure if it's an attack that actually has like a physical effect or not when he does it, because that's a little disconcerting. And we immediately encounter a Frazzlemaw, so we'll go ahead and take him out. And I'm making my way back to the steps right now because I have no food, and I think it's best that I come back here with a small team at least, but a team, just because of how tank these creatures are, the damage output, and the fact that I can get my magic level reduced, which just, you know, I know that warlocks and a couple other creatures will lower warlocks lower shielding slash melee, so, and I know that, and there's some creatures that lower distance, such as Forest Furies, and actually some harder creatures too, but at least the Paladins and the Knights can still heal properly. When you do that to a mage, what do you leave them with? Pretty much nothing. Really, I mean, what can I do? I can't really deal damage properly. I can't heal myself properly, and it's kind of crazy. But I mean, it does make sense. For any of you who are Final Fantasy fans, you know that silence is a condition that makes it so that you cannot cast spells as long as you're silenced. So, which does make sense, especially for Tibia, because you actually say words to cast spells. You know, you have an incantation, so. But they're actually not quite as bad as I thought they were at times. For some reason, it seems to be a little bit easier if I avoid them. And just for the video's sake, I'm actually going to take down, we'll try one or two more. Since I'm already here and I've cleared out the beginning, which was honestly one of the most terrifying, and it seems like I can go up too, which, now curiosity, oh god, of course I gotta get curious. But, looks like the video's not ending just yet, so if you guys were enjoying this, then good. Because I'm curious as to if there's a different creature variety up here. As much as of a good thing as it might be that there isn't. And we're gonna head north, and okay, Mortis. I think this is where you give the mortars to. Yep. Alright, so gonna head west. So this is another safe spot then, and I just wasted an energy wall, but that's fine. I'm pretty close to the exit anyway. Yep, so you can come up here and AFK and also deliver mortars. So that's neat. And we're gonna see if we can get one or two more. But it looks like I've actually, okay, I have not cleared the area for sure. And that's a good thing. I didn't want to clear the area. And he's still coming, so we're gonna have to, I'm just gonna energy bomb. That just makes it easier for me to avoid him. Unfortunately, he can still lower my magic level, which is really quite a nuisance when I'm fighting something else. And I think for knights, that creature would be quite easy, honestly. Possibly, I mean, paladins, yeah, they're not going to be able to hit quite as well as they normally would with holy, but they're still going to have pretty nice damage output. And yeah, we're getting out of here for now. Yeah, he's reduced my magic level again, for sure. It's back up now, though. And I do kind of want to at least pick off this Frazzlemaw real quick. I've already done so much of the work to it. And we take care of him. And we're on to, and yeah, sure, suppose I'll kill what's left and go loot what I couldn't before. I'm also going to step sideways of the Frazzle Maw, as that is what has that nasty beam. Okay, so the silencer doesn't lower your... Oof. Yeah, see, my Vita only just healed like 544 with Nixura Vita. That is just hideous. Normally I can heal over 1,000 with it, just to give you guys who don't know some context. So yeah, for those of you who are a higher level druid or sorcerer, I definitely would suggest coming here with a partner. And it looks like ice is pretty effective on these guys too. It's hard to tell what exactly their resistances are because my magic level is fluctuating so much, so I don't know if it's actually a resistance or if I'm just hitting terribly. You know, it really could be. Some of the time it's obvious that it's a resistance, or it's obvious that I'm just, yeah, that it's a resistance, and then sometimes it's kind of in the middle, so that's why I have my skills open, so I can try to sneak a peek whenever I feel like I'm dealing really low amounts of damage. They don't seem to do it quite as much as I felt they did at first. That might have been because I imagine with 2 on you, it's just, you know, insane. When I saw my 1 explosion, yeah, see, down to 46, so now I'm going to hit quite bad. But, a Siler resonating chamber, blowing this from an elevated place is likely to attract other silencers. What? Brr, crackle. Okay, and then it disappeared. I don't see any silencers running toward me. I figured it might spawn some. But nope, not even that. Okay, so we're going to haste down so we can try to avoid getting one or the other on us, but that does not happen. Of course not. So I'm going to pop back down. And I don't get the energy bomb off in time either. And now the silencer is actually going to be stuck in that. And I guess what I should try to do is just try to use explosions, deal damage to both of them. I did bring a lot, so it's actually going to be kind of handy, considering he's reducing my magic level. And I do want to take care of him. I started on him, so we'll stick to him. And we'll let off another Rage of the Skies since I'm at the magic level I should be at. And I have to be careful right now because the Frazzle Maw has the potential to deal an outrageous amount of damage. So, with the magic level reduced, I think he cuts it in, it can't be right in half, but because 89 would go to, it wouldn't go to 55, but I think it's by a percentage, and it's based on, or it's some formula based on whatever magic level you're currently at. But this is just a short look into this new area, the new creatures, what's going on, and I will be doing a further, deeper look and showing how to complete certain quests, how to get to certain areas, what certain areas do, things to watch out for, you know, all the good stuff that I normally do. And that'll be coming very, very soon. Just as soon as I can arrange, you know, a good group together to coordinate with me to do this. But thank you for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, comment on this video with any feedback you may have for me, And if you haven't already and you enjoy the content I produce, then you should subscribe to my channel to get updated on new content. Thanks for watching, guys.